Ah, there it is.
This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
I was going to say, if anybody asks, I'm going to tell them I'm the one playing drums on that song.
Phenomena.
You know, it's actually Animal playing the drums on our theme. Hey, everybody, welcome to Films and Fermentation. This is episode 145. That's right, we are Films and Fermentation, a movie and alcohol podcast. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
We're three friends who like to talk shit about movies while getting shit-faced. In this episode 145, we revisit the casting couch. This time, we're revisiting it, though, with a twist. We're going to be recasting some of our favorite films using only Muppets characters.
That couch is made of felt.
Yes, without a doubt. This episode should go smoothly. Without a hitch. We are not going to have any problems in this episode. We will stay on the tracks the whole time.
I'm telling you, it's going to be phenomena.
Don't forget, you can drop us an email, filmsfermentation@gmail.com, or visit linktree.com/filmsfermentation. Find all of our social media and podcast links. Become part of the Films and Fermentation family. We are now part of the Deluxe Edition Network at deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's the den. So you go to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. You can find out more about us, as well as our fellow podcasters of the month, Bacon is My Podcast, and the Beard Laws Podcast. Don't forget, you can also support us on Patreon or by buying our merchandise at teespring.com. We'll be right back. Mike, you have something to say? Did I forget something? You look like you had like a look of contemplation on your face, like I forgot something.
No, I'm good.
I mean, I know you're the podcaster of the week and everything. I should mention that since I was just using that as a way to set Mike up. But Mike has been named the Deluxe Edition Network Podcaster of the Week. Our very, very own Michael. I got it for you. Hold on.
Awesome.
So we'll be right back after these messages from Coffee Brothers.
I love a good beer, but right now I could use a good cup of coffee.
Have you heard about Coffee Brothers?
Oh, yeah. They're that coffee company out of New York City, right?
Well, they're more like these coffee wizards of New York City. They source these amazing seasonal blends and single origin coffees. It's like a flavor adventure in every cup. And get this, they roast everything in small batches. None of that mass-produced stuff. It's like each bean gets the VIB treatment.
VIB?
Very important bean.
Sounds fancy. But is it worth it?
Definitely. Plus, they're a two-person team. I mean, that's dedication right there. Two brothers, one mission to caffeinate the world. And right now, you can save 10% on your order. I mean, who doesn't love a good discount?
All right, you've convinced me. Let's get some Coffee Brothers now.
Coffee Brothers, where every cup is a sip of perfection. Save 10% on your next order with the code FNF10. That's FNF10. Cheers to great coffee. I just realized something about what I'm drinking tonight, and it's too late for me to change it now.
Bro.
So we are drinking tonight. What are we drinking?
I go first. I go
Go ahead,
first. I
Michael.
go
Go ahead,
first.
Michael. Go ahead, Michael. Your podcast of the week. You go first.
Well, because I actually just picked this bottle up today as I
Mhm.
was walking from my job to my work truck because I saw it in the window and said, I must have this.
Okay.
It is Bird Gang,
Hey.
bourbon whiskey. It is let's see. It's to the pre-gamers, tailgaters, diehards, and lifelongers. We present this Kelly Green limited edition. Where is it? Bird Gang Bourbon, an easy drinking, no BS tribute to the gritty, hard nosed era of Philadelphia Eagles football that authentically embody the city's blue collar attitude. Kelly Green invokes an important part of the franchise history, one that dates back 90 years to the National Football League, and our limited edition Bird Gang Bourbon with the robust, notes of corn, rye, and a hint of malted barley commemorates an Eagle season that celebrates and honors the return of the Kelly Green uniform. Go Birds! This is bottled BODLD in King of Prussia, PA.
Hmm.
It's a very good bourbon actually. So
Just
they got
saying.
it says 82 proof. Talking to the guy at the shop, they have a 5-year deal with the Birds.
Nice.
But this label that's on here, the Kelly Green, is probably going to be done by May.
Hmm.
So
Try it out next time we pop over.
and then they're looking to work in the next year or this year coming up a tequila. They have a vodka. So, but I only got the bourbon.
All right. I was going to say, did you try it yet? Because it looked like you didn't break the seal on the top yet.
Oh yeah, the
But
seal I put back nicely because it says thirsty birds fly faster. But yes,
uh,
I had to drink it in the Eagles
in the
glass.
Eagles cup. Yeah,
Naturally.
that's awesome. Kev, what are you drinking?
Well, as you gentlemen know, Sunday was St. Patrick's Day,
Mm-hmm.
and my refrigerator was full of the Luck of the
Green beer.
Irish green beer, as well as my liquor cabinet. So, in addition to my tradition of watching The Quiet Man loudly, I have some leftover St. Patrick's Day drink. So I will be drinking. Whoop, I guess. Oh wow! Check that out.
Guinness.
It's Guinness. Guinness Drought. I'm going to start with that and this wonderful Left Nut Brewing cup I got from my buddy Mike. And then naturally for dessert, I have a Irish cream stout by Southern Tier.
Nice.
So,
Ooh, we got to make more beer bread that way.
Yeah. So I said, I it's too late for me to change my drink now. I didn't think of it at first, but I'm drinking coffee. But I'm drinking from a competitor of Coffee Brothers.
Ooh.
So what I'm drinking though is so my anniversary was earlier this week, and as a anniversary gift, my wife got me Buffalo Trace bourbon infused coffee. So I know, Mike, you had the Buffalo Trace because I brought it over your house on for the Christmas party. Kev, did you try the Buffalo Trace bourbon that I
I
had?
think I had a shot of it, a sample.
It's a very good bourbon. So I was very excited to try this coffee out. Now I've had infused coffees before, and normally they just have like a very sweet taste to them. This tastes like there's fucking bourbon in this coffee. Like
Oh, so you didn't
it's
add any bourbon to this coffee.
so that's the thing. So it's bourbon infused, so it's basically just the taste. But
Right.
if it had bourbon in it, I'd be in trouble because it really tastes like there's bourbon in the coffee. But because this is a show about alcohol and movies, I put bourbon in my coffee. So it is a Buffalo Trace bourbon infused coffee with 2 shots of Buffalo Trace bourbon.
Nice.
Nice.
So it's extra bourbon infused. But I'm laughing because we did the Coffee Brothers ad, and I'm like, "Fuck, I'm drinking another coffee." It's not Coffee Brothers. I didn't think of it at first. I was trying to find a Muppet themed drink for the night, but there's really not any good cocktails out
You
there for
mean
the Muppets.
there's not many alcoholic beverages centered around children's entertainment?
Well, you'd be surprised because I found one called the Big Bird. I found one called the Bert and Ernie. So there's plenty of like Sesame Street ones, but I couldn't find like Muppets one. I found one called the Muppet, which was like ginger ale, tequila, and lime juice or something like that. But I don't have any soda in my house right now, so I don't have any mixers anyway. So
I didn't even bother because it took me so long. Because there's not a lot of known female Muppets out there,
I know there's basically two.
and I have 3 female characters in my movie.
Yeah. That's why I also said, like, we can throw an actor in there that's human. Because that's the thing in the Muppets movies. Like, you had Michael Caine playing Ebenezer Scrooge. So
Yeah.
I took advantage of that for my cast. I used one human in my cast.
I would have, but the two people you think would have been the humans, I had good Muppets for, so and the females are secondary characters anyway, so
Yeah.
I
mean,
guess a human is a secondary character.
what would be like? So you got Piggy, you got Janice.
Way to promote Women's Appreciation
Yeah.
Month there, Mike. Women
No,
are
I
secondary
wanted
characters anyway.
No, in this movie they are. I'm sorry.
Podcaster of the week, everybody.
Hell, they replaced the one in the
You
next
can
movie.
write your comments too.
Filmsandfermentation@gmail.com. Attention, podcaster of the week, Michael Bradley. Mike, anything happened this week aside from you being named podcaster of the week?
Guys, I'm gonna this week in film history.
So I guess I'm doing the first two since I wrote them.
They're yours.
So we had 2 trailer drops this week that both look pretty intriguing. The first was the trailer release for the Disney Plus original Star Wars series, The Acolyte. Looked kind of intriguing. I'm not sure what. I think it's supposed to be the era between, like, during the Order 66 era.
It's not. It's
not?
no,
Or
it's
is it
like
like an
200
old,
years before that.
oh, so it's supposed to be like Old Republic.
Yeah, no, actually, they're calling it the High Republic, but yeah, I guess it is the Old
Yeah,
Republic.
it's. I think if I remember from the books, the High Republic is like between the Old Republic and the government that's in the prequels. So like the High Republic is like in the middle there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that there's like a whole Jedi Purge storyline in it
Mm-hmm.
because it has to do with like the rise of the Sith. I'm wondering if it's like a Darth Bane series, like if he's going to end up being the big bad because he was during that time period in the books.
Isn't he the creator of the Rule of Two?
He's the creator of the Rule of Two. So like I wonder if it's going to follow that. I'm intrigued. They look pretty good, so I'm curious to check it out. And then today, so as of the recording, we're recording this on Thursday, March 21st. The trailer dropped for Beetlejuice, the sequel to Beetlejuice. Now, at first, I was like, "Wow, I can't believe they're doing a sequel 36 years later." But the minute Michael Keaton popped up on screen as Beetlejuice and spoke for the first time, I was like, "Fuck, I'm excited."
Trailer's good. Trailer was
a teaser.
It's a teaser trailer, but it's a little spooky.
Yeah,
you know, they got a boys choir singing Deo.
And then I'm curious to see like who the funeral's for.
Oh, I think it's for Catherine.
For,
I think it's for the husband of Catherine.
It's the Jeffrey Jones character.
Yeah,
from the original. I mean, can't bring him back. He's serving time for pedophilia.
That's it.
So I guess they could kill his character off.
They can't be for Gina Davis or Alec Baldwin. They're already dead.
They're already dead. And like I didn't see them in the trailer, so I'm wondering if they're going to be in it or not. And I also thought maybe the person that the funeral for could have been Jenna Ortega's father, because I know she's playing Winona Ryder's daughter.
So I saw some still shots. One still shot was of Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice attire, and the other one was a still shot at the funeral of 4 individuals, being Jenna Ortega,
Catherine O'Hara. Is it Catherine O'Hara?
It's Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara. It was Winona Ryder, and there was a gentleman. They're all dressed goth too.
The actor
I'm thinking.
The actor was Justin Theroux. Is the actor?
That's it, Justin Theroux. He took a time out from running Canada to do this film.
No, that's his brother. The guy that runs Canada.
Boy.
So I'm curious. I don't know who he's playing.
I'm glad Kevin brings the pretty.
Yeah. Yes, the Prime Minister of Canada is in Beetlejuice.
That's not Justin Theroux?
No. I thought it wasn't like David Theroux or something like that.
Oh, no, they're related.
I know the actor in the movie's name is Theroux. Maybe I got the wrong first name. Let me look it up now. Beetlejuice. But yeah, but when he pops, it's the first thing that pops up on IMDb is the trailer. It's the trailer for the movie. But like when he comes out at the end of the trailer and he's like, "The juice is loose," I was like, "Oh, nice."
Yes. I was saying to Megan too. I really appreciate.
I was right, Justin Theroux.
Right.
Yeah, Justin Theroux. Oh, Willem Dafoe's in it too.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious to see what that's about. Willem Dafoe's in it and Monica Bellucci.
Okay.
Willem Dafoe will be in anything as long as he does his own stunts.
Yeah, Monica Bellucci is Beetlejuice's wife.
Wow.
In the credits, I'm like, that's interesting. Yeah, I was like, I wasn't sure at first, and I saw the trailer, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of hyped now.
I was saying to Megan, I really like that they went with Beetlejuice as the name as opposed to Beetlejuice 2 or Beetlejuice.
I guess if it's successful and they do a third one, it'll be Beetlejuice. You know what the original sequel was supposed to be?
What's up?
So after the first film did so well, they were supposed to do a sequel a couple years later, and it was going to be called Beetlejuice in Hawaii. But Tim Burton,
they saved that for the cartoon series that came out shortly after.
Burton opted to do Batman instead, thankfully. Mike, what's your other one you got there?
In 1936, The Great Ziegfeld, directed by Robert Z. Leonard, and starring William Powell and Louis Reiner, premieres in Los Angeles. Best Picture, 1937.
Yes, I can't say that I'm up to date on all my 1930s films.
Well, I would put it because it was a Best Picture winner.
Yeah,
so.
it's a Best Picture winner, but I've never seen this. The Great
in 1980, on season finale cliffhanger of the TV show Dallas, villain J.R. Ewing is shot by an unknown assailant.
It was Maggie.
Who shot J.R.? Yeah, it was Maggie Simpson. Yeah,
that was must see TV apparently.
It was. I remember. I didn't watch it because I was 1980. I was 3 years old.
It was all over the place though.
I remember Who Shot JR was a real big thing.
Mm-hmm.
I have an unrelated Dallas thing for you. I was on a Zoom call with a representative from a company whose product I was trying to get a test run for school, and the guy comes on the Zoom call and he's wearing Dallas Cowboy shit.
And you turn him off?
Yeah, I was like, dude, I said, I'm only doing this because my principal wants me to talk to you, but my own personal principles make me want to shut the Zoom call off right now. I was like, you do see in my info there that I work in Pennsylvania, right? Like, what's next?
1982 movie Annie, directed by John Hudson, starring Elena Quinn, Albert Finney, and Carol Burnett, premieres.
I was going to say you forgot a name that Kevin's going to get upset for.
Hey, I just put what was on the screen. I didn't. I
didn't pronounce it right. I just put what was on the screen.
Yeah,
you're missing Bernadette Peters, dude.
Bernadette Peters. Yeah, I was like,
and yeah, because he missed him too.
Punjab.
No, not Punjab. Come on. Clue. Pennywise.
Tim Curry.
Hey,
Rooster.
I go to the website. I look to see what they have.
And he copies
and pastes stuff out, and I just copy and paste. Yes.
and he doesn't practice beforehand, and that's why he's podcaster of the week.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you bring the pretty, Mike.
No. You bring the pretty. I bring podcasting of the week.
That's true.
and I do 90% of the work.
Yep. Exactly.
What's the last one you got there, Mike?
In 2019, the Walt Disney Company acquires Rupert Murdoch's 21st Century Fox Entertainment business for $71 billion.
$1 billion.
I would love. I'm sure it's probably easy to look up if you did it, but like I would love to know what the full acquisition price is that Disney has put out over the last like 10 years for all these products that they bought.
I
Because
still think they probably still made out with all the profits they made from it.
I'm sure they did with the profits they made from the movie ticket sales and all the other shit and like merchandising and stuff.
Merchandising.
So with that,
Merchandising.
they got the Fantastic Four, they got the X-Men, they got Deadpool,
They got the Simpsons.
they got the Simpsons. They didn't get Spider-Man because he's Sony, correct?
Yes.
Sony has
Yes, exactly. They got everything else Marvel had except Spider-Man.
Except Spider-Man.
Yep. The Spider-Verse, because it's all Sony property.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find out like how much they spent total here, because it's got to be some like crazy number. They spent $4 billion on Lucasfilms, $71 billion on Fox Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much they paid for like the rights to like the Muppets and stuff like that.
Well, they've had that for years, though.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean they had to pay an acquisition price for that too.
Yeah.
But
the inflation number would have been much better than what it.
Yeah, 7 companies owned by Disney. They own 20th Century Fox, which they bought for $71 billion. They own ABC.
Mm-hmm.
They own Pixar, which they bought for $7.4 million. They own Star Wars and the other Lucas franchises like Indiana Jones. Marvel Entertainment they bought for $4 billion. Fox Family Worldwide, which includes ABC Family and Freeform, and they acquired ESPN Plus and Hulu.
Well, they owned ESPN
as well.
I thought they owned ESPN already because that was under.
Well, they
ABC
launched ESPN Plus as part of like their package with Hulu.
Okay.
So overall, they spent somewhere in the neighborhood of like just shy of like $200 billion.
And they probably made about 600.
Yeah, and I was going to say they probably made half of that back on The Force Awakens alone. That's crazy, man. That is insane. So Mike, you have a must-try beer or craft destination for us this evening?
I do.
Oh, hold on. Let me lead it in for you.
Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good. And stuff. Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.
Oh, sorry. I got into it.
Yeah.
So, I've got a craft destination from Arkansas, Ozark Beer Company. Ozark Beer was founded in 2013 in downtown Rogers, just north of Fayetteville. Their tap room is often open 7 days a week, and a variety year-round and seasonal beers in pints, flights, growlers, and cans. It also houses the Ozark Cellar, where unique and wild beers are aged in California Pinot barrels, Kentucky bourbon barrels, and more. Special brewery events have included Pedals and Pints, book club, yoga, and fly tying, while a food truck provides tasty Mexican eats. There you go, boys. No chewy beer.
No chewy beers this week.
Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good. And stuff. Beer is good. Beer is good. Beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.
Mike's Craft Destination is brought to you by Newsly.me. Newsly.me is an audio super app for iOS and Android that brings the news to you in a natural human voice. Stop scrolling, start listening. Go to Newsly.me today. Use the promo code NFerment. Get your first month premium subscription for free. All right. And Kev, you definitely don't have any beer news as good news for us tonight?
Nah.
There was no good beer news this week.
No, there was no good beer news this week.
But we do have some notes. Was that porn?
It says awkward on my board.
Is it awkward? It feels like porn.
Yep, that would be awkward if you were watching porn.
Yeah. Oh, I got an awkward on mine. Let's hear what that one sounds like. That sounds like Bollywood.
Yeah, it does.
So I do have some notes from the last show. So I plugged along and watched a lot of movies recently because I was trying to get a lot of the Oscar nominees and winners and stuff in before the Oscars happened. So I was like, I should put together a list of like the films that I saw this year that I thought were the best films of the year. So these aren't necessarily films that won Oscars. These are films that I saw that I really enjoyed. And I included Dune in this list because even though it came out in 2024, it is a movie I have seen in the last year. So my list of the top 10 films that I've seen over the last year are number 1, Dune 2 by far. Dune is fucking phenomenal. If it wasn't for Dune being on my list, number 1 would be Oppenheimer. The third best film I saw this year was American Fiction. I texted you guys about it the other night. I watched it a few nights ago, and it was better than I thought it was going to be. It was a really, really good movie. The Holdovers is number 4. That's the one with Paul Giamatti. My fifth favorite film of the year is John Wick 4. Didn't win any Oscars, but I still liked it. Number 6 is The Iron Claw, which is the film about the Von Erich family wrestlers. Number 7 is a little scene animated film. It was up for Oscar for Best Animated Feature. It didn't win. It's called Nimona. It's on Netflix, and it was a surprisingly good animated film. It's a fantasy film. You got your knights in it, your dragons, that kind of stuff. But it was a really, really good movie. My 8th favorite film this year was Godzilla -1. 9th is D&D, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, which I rewatched the other day. I haven't watched it in a little while since the first time I saw it, so I rewatched it again. I'm like, man, it's so entertaining. It's such a good movie.
It really is.
Number 10 was Asteroid City, which is the Wes Anderson film that came out this year.
Mm-hmm.
And just missing my top 10 were Poor Things. Even though I bashed it a lot on the Oscar episode, it was a good movie. Maestro, which is the Bradley Cooper film this year. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. David Fincher's The Killer. Barbie. Knock at the Cabin, which is one of those weird Dave Bautista choices that I really enjoyed this year. And Leave the World Behind, which was a apocalyptic thriller on Netflix starring Ethan Hawke and Julia Roberts. Those are my top films of the year because I watched a lot.
Speaking of Netflix,
Yeah.
have you seen the trailer for the movie they just have out called Damsel?
That's the one with what's her face?
Millie
Bobby Brown. Yeah, I saw a couple reviews for it online on YouTube. There's a couple of YouTube channels I follow to do like movie reviews, and every single one of them bashed it.
Really?
Bashed it bad.
Oh, good.
They said that it was a very like bland sort of paint by numbers fantasy like girl power film.
Okay.
And I don't know. I mean, I like Millie Bobby Brown. I might give it a chance if I have like a couple hours to kill one day. But I did not hear. I haven't heard good things about it from any source that I read so far or watched.
I mean, I just saw the trailer when I was on Netflix.
It looked a lot like. So I saw a film earlier this year. It was a Hulu film. Had this. It was like basically the same plot. But starred a different young actress named Joey King, and it's basically was the same thing. It was like a princess who kicks everybody's ass. It was like almost the same movie.
Oh, so it's a Disney flick.
Yeah. What's that?
It's a Disney flick.
Yeah, she's a Disney princess. So speaking of Godzilla -1, I know I had said last week that it won the Oscar for best visuals and stuff, like special effects. and was considered a low budget film. And I said, I think it was only like a $40 million film or something. Well, I have the numbers now for the 5 movies that were nominated for Best Visual Effects. Here we go. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 cost $291 million to make. I think 91 of that was Tom Cruise.
Mhm.
But it was $291 million to make.
I think it was 200 of that was Tom Cruise.
Yeah. The next highest budget was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which cost $250 million to make. The third highest budget, or the next budget, is Napoleon at $200 million to make. And that got shut out at the Oscars. That didn't win shit.
Oh.
A movie called The Creator, which I've heard of, but I haven't seen.
I remember seeing the. It was
I don't know about it, but that had an $80 million budget. And then the winner of the Oscar for Best Visual Effects, Godzilla -1, had a budget translated into American dollars of $15 million. $15 million and won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects. So Hollywood needs to learn their lesson from that one. Sometimes story matters. The other thing I have here is the Twisted Childhood universe. So a couple of so the Den has like a group chat thing going on Facebook. I got to give you guys the link to it so you can join it too. And one of the guys from, I don't remember which show it was, came up with this idea with the release of Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 coming out later this year, that they should do a Twisted Childhood universe. That was his idea. And the Twisted Childhood universe would basically taking all of these like childhood IPs that are going to be becoming like fair usage rights soon, and recreating films that are all horror films based on these. So I'm going to pull up the file so I can share it with you guys so we can see the Twisted Childhood universe of films. So let me do my share screen real quick here. And we're going to look at this right here. So the Twisted Childhood universe would include Winnie the Pooh. Yeah. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Winnie the Pooh 2, Blood and Honey Part 2. Bambi, The Reckoning. Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. I love this one. Pinocchio Unstrung. Pooniverse. Monsters Assemble 2025. Even though I thought Blood and Honey was a terrible fucking movie, I'm still gonna watch the second one. just because I just saw another trailer for it. Not only is Tigger in it, but Al's in it too. And I was like, I gotta watch this shit now. But I would love to see another like Bambi the Reckoning and all that shit.
Twisted.
And the last thing I got for notes here is that we need to start plugging episode 150. So we are currently on episode one. Yeah, we're currently on episode 145. Episode 150 will be getting recorded in May at some point. We don't have a topic for the episode yet, but we do know that we are going to go live for episode 150. Live. So we want to make sure everybody knows that in a few weeks, we're going to be going live with episode 150. I think the date we settled on was May. This is the second week of May, and I think we're going to do like a Wednesday night or something. May 32nd. Yeah, May 32nd. I do know, I think, Mike, it was a weekend that you were going to be away, so we had to do it on like a Thursday or a Wednesday or something like that.
Kevin's going to be away.
So it was Wednesday. Oh, I should have had this ready before we started, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
So let me bring up my calendar here because we got to plug episode 150 because we want to make sure people come and join us for that episode.
Not like the last time we just did
like
it.
The last time. Well, that was a soft opening.
That's a practice run.
Kev, when are you going to be away? The 9th and 10th?
No, the May 1st through 4th. So that's the 2nd through the 5th, rather. So the second is a Thursday. Mm-hmm. I'm not there. 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Yeah. Second.
So it was May 1st. Then is the day I think we were talking about doing this. That'll be Wednesday, May 1st.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we even do like Tuesday that week or whatever. We'll figure this out, and then we'll let people know. But we just want to let everybody out there know that at some point we will have a date set for episode
It's
150.
well planned.
Yes, we
Well
do know
thought out.
we do know we're going to go live. We don't know
we're
the
a
subject or the
well-oiled
date
machine.
yet, but
Well,
hopefully by next week we will have more concrete data.
if it's the week of May 4th,
Mm-hmm. It's
May
Star
the
Wars
4th,
week.
it's Star
Yeah.
Wars week.
So I wanted to do for Star Wars week this year. I was hoping to do like a revisit of Spaceballs, but we can kind of talk about that too. So those of you listening out there, we are such a well-oiled machine that I'm sure by next week we'll know what
We
the fuck's
still
going
won't
on.
have it done.
We still don't know what the hell's going on. All right, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to go into our main segment, the Muppets Recasting Couch.
Deluxe Edition Network, also known as The Den, is an incredible podcast network that offers a wide variety of entertaining and informative podcasts.
With a lineup of shows covering various topics, such as interviews with a wide variety of guests, history, music, relationships, true crime, and so much more. The Den provides content that caters to a diverse range of interests.
The hosts and guests on the Deluxe Edition Network demonstrate a deep passion and expertise in their respective fields, making each episode on each show engaging and thought-provoking.
The network fosters a sense of community by encouraging listeners to interact through live chats, social media, and forums, creating an inclusive environment for discussion and sharing opinions.
With its commitment to high-quality production, the shows in the Deluxe Edition Network continue to captivate and entertain its ever-growing audience.
Whether you're a podcast enthusiast or someone looking to explore new topics, The Den is a fantastic platform to dive into and uncover fascinating insights from experts in their fields.
The Deluxe Edition Network is the home of independent awesomeness.
To find all these great podcasts in one convenient location, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
What's up, everybody? I'm Matt, the host of the Beard Laws Podcast, a podcast that has nothing to do with beards. A podcast where we aim to entertain and interact with our live viewers, but our listeners, they're like the quiet person that never talks sitting around the bonfire because the rest of the group is so entertaining, hilarious, wild, and a little bit dumb. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and let Beard Laws and the boys, Toby, Brandon, Logan, Zach, Richie, and our occasional special guest entertain you. We're live on the Beard Laws YouTube Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and for whatever reason you want to see us and or our beards, check us out, thebeardlawspodcast.com. We're everywhere.
Hey man, what's your bacon?
You gotta tell everybody what that means first.
It's that extra side topping a main course in life that makes everything about your day even better.
Whether it's movies, music, cooking, paranormal, video games, whatever it is that helps you unwind, maybe even get a little bit inspired. We talk to hot new bands.
We are Felicity.
Hey, this is Bradley from Emerosa.
TV personalities.
Hi, my name is Rachel Pizzolatto.
Hi, my name is Patty Negri.
Wrestling personalities.
Hi, everybody. I am Eric Bischoff. WWE Hall of Fame. The Godfather here.
Actors.
This is Sean Kanan. Thank you for joining us.
Fellow podcasters.
Emo Social Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dave Schrader. Pretty much any like-minded creative across all facets of the entertainment industry.
You can check out Bacon Is My Podcast on all streaming platforms, as well as the Strangerhood TV YouTube channel. New episodes dropping every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Listen in when we find the answer to the question, what's your bacon?
Our main segment, Muppets Mayhem. That's right, we are revisiting the recasting couch, as we said, but instead of recasting as we normally would, where we pick a movie and each of us picks a selection of actors and actresses to replace the original cast, we are each picking a film that we like and recasting it using only Muppets characters. The rule is you can use all Muppets characters. You can have one human actor in your cast if necessary, but it is optional if you'd like. So I'm going to start with my wife's picks. So my wife decided she wanted to contribute to this a little bit. She wouldn't come on the show, but she contributed. And said that she wanted to recast one of her favorite films, 10 Things I Hate About You. And she recasted it like this. So the Heath Ledger character, Patrick Verona. Anybody want to take a guess who she chose for that one?
Kermit.
Kermit. Of course it's Kermit. It's the main character. The Julia Stiles character, Kat, would then be Miss Piggy. Cameron, who was played by Joey Gordon-Levitt in the original film, is going to be played by Scooter.
Okay.
Because Scooter, I think, has that aura that character has. His best friend Mike, who was played by David Krumholtz in the original film, will be played by Fozzie. The girl that Cameron is in love with, Bianca, is going to be played by the only other main female Muppet, Janice.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Keegan, who played the asshole character Joey, she picked Rolf the dog.
Rolf?
And I said, why Rolf? She goes, I think he could be the asshole character. I was like, you were giving Rolf short shrift.
Mm-hmm.
There are other characters you could have chosen.
There's a lot of asshole characters out there from Muppets.
I said you could have did like Mr. Deadly. You could have did Pepe the Prawn. Like, for the dad, Kat and Bianca's father, who was played by I can't remember the actor's name. He was a comedian too.
Richard Mole.
No, Richard Mole. It was something Miller. I can't remember his first name.
Frank Miller.
He is going to be played by Sam the Eagle because he was a very uptight character. Yeah, and the English teacher, Mr. Morgan, is going to be played by Gonzo. That was my wife's contribution to the show. Mike, you said Adrian did one?
Yes, she did The Cutting Edge, one of her favorite movies. Now, I've only seen it once or twice, so I can't tell you everybody like you just did in the movie.
Yeah.
But I can give you the character name and who she picked. Kate Mosley, which is the main character, was Piggy.
Mm-hmm. Miss Piggy, I figured that.
The
and then
only
the other
person
one.
D.B. Sweeney's character is the only person I know in the movie. Doug Dorsey is Kermit.
Yeah, I mean, that's obvious. They're the two main characters.
Their teacher, the Russian Anton Pamchenko, she chose Sweetums.
Sweetums?
Because he can be gruff, but he has a heart of gold. Then there was, I guess this was Jack Mosley, which is Kate's dad, which is could be a dick character, apparently. She took Uncle Deadly. Hale Forrest, which I think was the former coach, she chose Sam Eagle. Walter Dorsey, which would be Doug's brother, she chose Fozzie. He owns a bar. Apparently.
Yeah, I remember that character.
Brian Newman is Gonzo, which I think was the former pair.
Your former partner, yeah.
Partner. And then the Russian partner that he got, Lori Pekarovsky, is Camellia.
Adrian picked this movie just so you had to read Russian names.
Right. It's Camille, which is
Camille.
the chicken.
Oh, the chicken, Camille. I forgot about Camille.
Which, here's the funny thing that she did feel bad about putting Camille there because apparently D.B. Sweeney slept with that character.
Yeah.
So that means Kermit slept with Camille.
That means Kermit. That means the frog banged the chicken instead of banging his pig.
Exactly. Rick Tuttle is Beauregard, the janitor. The Russian pair, she went old school on this one and got Wayne and Wanda, the singing pair from the original Muppet show that never got to finish their songs.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's a real deep cut.
That's a deep cut. And she added one more just because she liked just the look of the character. There was a confused official in the Olympics that was pushing them back on the ice. That was just looking at them confusedly the whole way, and she gave it to Bean Bunny.
So I know, and you said Megan didn't have one for us tonight, right, Kev?
No.
Okay. So what I thought we could do is, we'll introduce the movie that we chose, and then, I mean, I think we're all familiar with the movies that we chose for tonight. Hopefully,
for the most part,
I did. So I did Die Hard. Kevin, you did
Good Muppets.
Yeah, the Goodfellas, so the Good Muppets. Yeah, and Mike, yours was
Wrath of Khan.
Wrath of Khan. So I think we're all familiar enough with all those films to be able to do this. So I thought what we can do is we'll each do our whole cast, but we can throw out the name of a character, have the other two guys try to guess which Muppet you chose, and then you can reveal which Muppet you actually chose for that character.
Okay.
Except for like maybe the mains, because I feel like the mains are probably gonna be Piggy and Kermit for most of us.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know what yours is.
Three main characters.
I was gonna say Goodfellas is different because you got the De Niro, the Leota, and the Pesci characters. So,
and I know I'm going to get pushback from a choice, but it just works better that way. So,
so anybody want to volunteer to go first, or
I'll go first.
You'll go first. So we're gonna do Wrath of Khan for Mike's. So which character do you want to throw out first?
We're gonna throw out. You know what? Since we know who Kirk's gonna be.
Okay, Kirk is
And
Kermit.
we know who Carol Marcus is gonna be.
So that's big.
Right. I'm gonna throw out Spock.
Sam the Eagle. This seems like the most logical choice.
Gonzo.
Gonzo for Spock.
Gonzo is Spock.
Trying to imagine Gonzo as Spock.
Then I would
bring him up on the on the view screen there, Mr. Spock, and be like, "Oh, he's too far."
Well,
where is he in the nebula? He's near.
There's
far.
There's certain scenes.
Load the chickens into the torpedo tubes.
There are certain scenes that just screamed Gonzo for me. Like right before he goes down to the engine room, Spock stares just stares out. I'm like, that's a Gonzo scene.
So you're going to basically kill Gonzo at the end of this movie.
So here I go. There's a lot of characters going to be dead in this fucking movie, dude. Tell me there was a lot of dead characters.
A lot of dead Muppets.
A lot of dead
Muppets.
A lot of dead Muppets.
Days in the hours.
And then
the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
and the scene where the death scene for Spock, where he gets up and he straightens himself out, then he walks into the glass. I can see Gonzo's nose hitting the glass.
Yeah. And they gotta do like the live long as prosper, but they all have 3 fingers, so it's like live long as prosper. That's so funny, man. Gonzo Spock.
There is one staple I did put in. I did tell Adrian I was going to put in because I thought it was hilarious. From Fraggle Rock, I'm putting on all the dozers in the ship going around. So when the ships are getting exploded, you see the dozers just flying around.
So the dozers are like the random crew. They're all
they're flown around.
They're like the red shirts. It's like when Scotty walks on the bridge with the dead nephew. One of them, it's just a dozer in his hand.
No. I've got a character for the dead nephew.
You have a character for the dead nephew. Okay.
I got a character for Preston.
Let's do. So let me think for a second. So we got Gonzo as Spock.
Yep.
Kermit and Piggy, obviously, for the mains. Did you
Fozzie's got to be Bones.
Fozzie is Bones.
Fozzie's Bones, and then I was going to say, so is Lieutenant Savick Janice?
No.
So you have a different female character for Savick?
I do.
Is it the chicken?
It's not a chicken. I had to get a character that talked.
Because I don't know who else
for her.
Or who'd you got for that one?
So I went outside the box and went with Red from Fraggle Rock.
Okay. Yeah. See, I said Muppets, but I didn't. We never said it had to be just the Muppet Show.
Right.
I stuck just to the Muppet Show. I'm thinking now, like if I'd include it like Fraggle Rock or like Sesame Street or whatever, I probably would have had some more choices. But
I try to stay away from Sesame Street. That's why I went to Fraggle Rock. Let's go with the main crew still. Let's go to Sulu.
Let me think. So we got Gonzo, we got Fozzie already.
Mm-hmm.
Rolf?
Nope.
Animal?
Nope. Couldn't find a character for Animal to play.
Scooter. Please tell. Oh, Animal should have been Khan.
No, I got better. I got something better for Khan.
Scooter for Sulu?
Nope.
Wow.
Rizzo
the Rat.
Rizzo the Rat.
Rizzo the Rat.
and then we have Chekhov.
Rolf.
Swedish Chef. Is
Pepe.
that Scooter? Pepe.
Pepe.
Pepe the prawn for Chekhov.
Oh no, Botany Bay. Damn.
I hate Pepe the prawn. He's like one of the worst characters, I think.
Yeah, but I think he can play a good Chekhov.
So Scotty.
Scotty.
We didn't say
Rolf.
Scotty yet.
Scotty is Rolf.
Scotty's Rolf the dog.
Yep.
I'm curious to see who the dead Muppet is.
Lieutenant Uhura.
That Janice.
That's Janice.
Mm-hmm.
So the characters I have left is David Marcus, Captain Terrell, Khan, and Preston.
Robin is David Marcus.
No.
No?
Nope.
Oh, that seems like it would fit in well.
David Marcus is the one that ends up being
It's
Kirk's
his son. It's his
So
son.
why not use?
Because I don't think Robin can play angry.
Scooter for that one.
No, I went Walter.
Walter. He's a character.
Is he being played by
Is it Jim Parsons?
Jim Parsons?
Yes, Jim
There's
Parsons.
the actual Walter puppet. You said Catherine Marcus already was Piggy, right?
Yes, Carol Marcus is Piggy. Yeah.
So we got Khan.
We've got Khan, Captain Terrell, and Preston.
Which one was? Oh, Captain Terrell was the
black
the
captain,
other
yeah.
guy that was on the planet with Chekhov when they put
Yep.
the things in their ears.
Yep.
That one's
Deep cut.
tough.
That's
That
a
one's
deep
tough.
cut. It's a deep cut.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea who you have for that one.
Boo Boo Bear.
Boo Boo Bear.
Yeah, the big bear guy.
Yeah, I
Big
know who's Bear. Yeah. And then Khan. Trying to think like what main
Dr.
characters
T?
we have.
No?
Deadly.
Uncle Deadly.
Uncle Deadly.
Now I do have a couple scenes I want to talk about, but we'll talk about Preston first.
Well, I wanted to say for the rest of Khan's crew, you could have had Dr. Teeth in the Electric Mayhem.
That maybe some other monsters out there.
Yeah,
just
some of like the
yeah.
random characters.
For the crew from Regular One, which is the space station, I was putting Honeydew and Beaker on there, and Beaker's the one that's hanging upside down dead before we find him.
You got them in their dead bodies.
Well, they were alive at the beginning because you saw him talk.
Who's the nephew then? You said the dead nephew?
Preston.
Yeah.
The Muppet that gets screwed over the most.
Okay.
Bean Bunny.
The bunny.
Bean Bunny. He's overly hyper and active, like the beginning, like he is in this, like
Very
Preston
shaky.
and then he gets killed. And Ralph Sullivan.
Sorry, who's the other Vulcan? I must have missed it. Who? Janice?
Lieutenant Savick? That's Red.
Lieutenant Savick. That's the one that's played by Kirstie
Oh,
Alley.
Red. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Red.
That's Red.
Who gets replaced in the next movie? So I gotta get a different, Muppet.
We give her Mowgli.
Sauce for the goose, Lieutenant Savick.
I watched it twice this week just to try to
Just to get yourself.
get my characters right.
Is that the excuse you had for watching Wrath of Khan again?
Come on, think about this. Think about Kermit.
Yes.
or Kermit at the end of the funeral. Of all my friends,
Of all my friends,
his souls was the most
human.
No, it's
Weirdo.
of all the souls that I've passed in my travels, his was the most human.
Weirdo.
Yay!
Yay!
It was the con in that scene that made me want to do this movie. Just to have
I'm
Kermit-
just thinking of Gonzo as Spock in the death scene. Like I'm just cracking up as I'm thinking about it.
Shit! Out of danger!
Well, I debated because think about it. Kermit's two best friends.
You
are
were, and always will be,
Fozzie.
my friend.
like I said, Kermit's two best friends are Gonzo and Fozzie.
Yeah.
So I can't see Fozzie being Spock. He's got to be heckled.
No, that's why I went with like Sam Eagle at first, though, because I thought Sam Eagle was just like a very dry, logical character.
There are some scenes I wanted to add at the beginning too. You know the Kobayashi Maru scene
Mm-hmm.
where Kirk comes in at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to have in mind he would come in with Stadler and Waldorf. Because when Dr. McCoy goes, "You're not going to say anything about my acting scene,"
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, "Stick to comedy, Bear. Leave drama to somebody else," so they can heckle him.
You had a couple deep cuts and a couple like unsuspected because I didn't even think about Fraggle Rock or anything. Like I tried to stick mainly. To
That was the hardest pick was Savick, and
because my my immediate go to is like Janice because she's the only other main like female Muppet I know.
Yeah, but you guys.
But then I didn't think of like Camille the Chicken either. So.
Yeah, but all mine have major talking points. So it's like I can't have a chicken trying to do talking points.
That'd be funny because Lieutenant Savick is Camille the Chicken since Spock is Gonzo. It's
yeah,
that's pretty.
I thought
funny,
about it, but
that was a good one. That's funny.
I'm still picturing the dozers. Pew!
Yeah, it's getting blown all over the place. Oh man, I want to watch the Muppets Wrath of Khan now.
Think about it.
I want to see them all, man. I want to see the Muppets Undiscovered Country.
No.
I want to see.
I'm Dudley doing. At my last breath, I spit at thee. I spit at thee.
Would you substitute the Enterprise for the ship from Pigs in Space?
Pigs in Space. Oh, you forgot about the Pigs in Space, guys. Yeah, we could use.
I would substitute the Reliant for the Pigs in Space one, but not the
Oh man. Kev, you want to go or should I go?
It's up to you.
I'll go next.
Okay.
So I chose Die Hard for my film.
Mm-hmm.
I actually titled it Die Hard Waka Waka, motherfucker. So I already said so we do our two mains are John McClane and his estranged wife Holly Gennaro, and I'm going Kermit and Piggy for those obviously because they're my two mains. So might as well be that. So. Yeah. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. But we do have the rest of the cast to go through now. So let's start with. I guess we'll just go right into it with Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber.
I thought about a couple different people before I settled on this one.
Gonzo.
Not Gonzo.
Who's the bomber? Mad somebody or other. Mad Harry? He's the bombing guy.
Who, the guy that throws the fish?
No. Not the guy that throws the fish. The guy that blows everything up.
Oh no. I went with Sam Eagle.
You went with Sam Eagle?
Sam Eagle is I don't know why, but I just feel like because Hans Gruber is very well spoken and debonair, and it was funny because Sam Eagle is like the most patriotic character.
Yeah,
he's playing the terrorist.
Motherfucker.
What you said to
Life,
me earlier?
liberty, and
motherfucker. Al Powell, played by Reginald Vell Johnson in the film, who's the cop that he befriends over talkie. Fozzie, definitely
Fozzie.
Fozzie screams Al Powell.
That just screams Fozzie.
And then at the end, he can pull out the gun and shoot the Swedish terrorist.
Well, that would mean the FBI would have to be, Waldorf and.
You got it. Yeah, the two FBI agents, Johnson and Johnson, would be played by Waldorf and Statler. So we got Fozzie's Al Powell, Waldorf and Statler as the FBI agents, Johnson and Johnson. How about the inept police captain, Dwayne Robinson, who was played by the principal from Breakfast Club? Who would I put in a role that's like an inept character?
I'm thinking there's plenty of them out there.
Yeah.
Scooter?
No, I have a special role for Scooter.
Oh, God.
Animal?
Huh?
Animal?
No, that'd be funny too. I put Gonzo as my inept
Really?
police captain. Yeah, he's Gonzo.
I would have put him as the dumbass that tried to make the deal. Like he was.
Oh, I have a different character for Ellis. That's the guy that tries to make the deal and gets shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ellis is since he's such a skeevy character, such like a low life character. I went with another kind of skeevy character.
Pepe.
No. We had Gonzo for the captain. We have this guy for Ellis, his friend.
Oh, Rizzo.
Rizzo the rat.
Rizzo the rat.
He's a rat character. Might as well use the rat.
He's a rat character. Yeah.
My one human character is Mr. Tagagi, which is the Japanese CEO of the Nakatomi Corporation. And for that one, I chose recent Oscar winner Ki Hugh Kwan, who played Short Round and is now on the Loki series on Disney Plus. He's my Mr. Tagagi.
Okay.
Thornburg, who is the reporter character that his wife punches out at the end.
The dick character in every movie he plays.
Yes, so
wasn't he the guy in Ghostbusters?
Yes, he was. That man has no dick.
He's the guy in Ghostbusters.
Wally Wicker.
He's the teacher from Real Genius.
Yeah, he plays a dick in all of his movies. He's in the new Ghost Hunters movie, Ghostbusters movie, and he's playing the dick character again. So for that one, I went with Pepe Prawn because he's a dick. So let me see, who did I get? I got Thornburg, Ellis, Dwayne Robinson Johnson. So Argyle, the guy that the limo
driver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought you were going to put
Dr.
Gonzo with him.
What'd you say?
Dr.
Put Gonzo for him. Not
I
Dr.
thought you were going to put Gonzo for him.
He is a
Animal?
musician. He's a musician, but he's not part of the Dr. Teeth band.
Floyd? Oh,
No, that would be Ralph.
That'd be Ralph the dog. Ralph the dog is my Argyle.
Nice.
And I have some extras here because there's so many characters I really wanted to use.
Yeah.
So I kind of like did my best to sort of cast the terrorists, Hans Gruber's like crew. So
the main one's gotta be Animal, right?
So like the majority of them are made up of the Electric Mayhem characters. So that would be Animal and Dr. Teeth and Floyd and all them. The Swedish terrorist Carl has to be played by the Swedish chef. Just so I can see him and Kermit beating the shit out of each other at the end and then have Fozzie shoot him at the end of the film. And the nerdy terrorist guy who's the computer expert who's breaking the safe for them.
Could it be Scooter?
That is Scooter. Yeah, Scooter's the nerdy guy. I couldn't find somewhere to put Beaker and Bunsen though. I was really like disappointed. I was trying to get like
I had to make
them
them
in
dead
there.
bodies, so
Yeah, like I didn't want to. I was like,
dead bodies.
I mean, there's plenty of terrorists. I guess I could keep throwing them in there, but there's also like the characters that are sitting, like the hostage characters too. Like you just kind of throw them in with the hostages. But I overall I thought it was I had fun with this one. But in retrospect, though, I'm like, man, I should have did Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters would have been a really fun one to do too. But to save it for next time.
When we do this the next time,
I'm
doing the Princess Bride.
There you go. I was thinking about that one tonight too.
It's funny we're talking about this and something just popped up from toughpigs.com. Breaking news: Gonzo the Great to replace Daniel Craig as the next James Bond.
I saw that. I saw that last night or something on Facebook.
That's funny. In Sirius, I read something that Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's currently playing Kraven the Hunter, is going to be was offered James Bond. I know him best as Kick-Ass. He was also in that movie that you and I saw, Kev, in the theater, Bullet Train.
Yeah.
He was Tangerine.
He was Tangerine.
Was. Yeah.
Lemon and Tangerine.
So Kev, this leaves you with Good Muppets.
Good Muppets.
This is going to be a tough one because
it is tough, and like I said, I mean, you guys know where the main characters will go, but I think you're going to chastise me for some of my choices. So where do you want to start?
I want to say, Henry's Ray Liotta's character. I don't think you used Kermit for that one. I feel like Kermit's going to be the De Niro character. Jimmy Conway.
Yes,
Kermit's Jimmy Conway.
Kermit is Jimmy Conway.
All right, so
kind of the leader. He kind of reels in Henry. He reels in Tommy.
That's where I was going with that one. So I'm thinking Henry. God.
Well, then Henry would have to be like Gonzo.
Very good.
So Gonzo is Henry. I thought Gonzo might have been Joe Pesci.
No, because
and I'm going to tell you why.
Then you use Camille as the chicken as the wife.
No. So
is Piggy Karen?
Piggy is Karen. So Henry, look, Gonzo has the narration right from the Christmas Carol.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Exactly. He can do the narration. He's seen as an outsider.
Karen.
Which Henry was. Piggy is Karen because of the attitude. That's where I thought I'd feel the pushback from you guys. Is
no, that one makes sense to me.
You know,
it makes sense, but it's kind of weird. It's always kind of weird to see Piggy not
with Kermit.
Not with Kermit.
Right.
That's a hard sell. That's going to be a hard sell for most of the other Muppet people out there.
Yeah. Now for Joe Pesci, the Tommy DeVito character, Animal.
Not Animal, no.
That's not Fozzie, is it?
It is Fozzie.
You're going to have Fozzie as the
I
psycho?
want the comedian as a psycho, but I also want him doing the scene.
Am I a clown?
I'm funny? Am I clown?
You know
what did I say that's funny?
You know who I saw Fozzie being now? I saw him being Maury, the wig salesman guy.
Oh no! I mean, he is on here, but he's not. It's not.
Fozzie kind of fit that character in me a little bit more. I want my money. Where's my money? So Fozzie is DeVito.
Yep.
Here we go.
Henry Hill's Gonzo.
Sorry, Henry. I didn't mean to mess up your floor. Waka waka.
Waka waka. Am I a clown? Do I amuse you? Waka waka waka.
Then you hear this, that water.
So then we got to do.
Oh, you don't use it.
And we got Paulie.
Big Paulie.
Right.
Sweetums.
No, but Sweetums is one of the characters.
Sweetums be funny.
Boo Boo Bear.
Big Paulie.
Oh, man. Dr. Keith.
No, but he's another one of the characters I have on my list.
Yeah. God, who would Big Paulie be? Is that Sam the Eagle?
Mm-mm.
It's
Rolf.
Rolf the dog is Big Paulie.
Rolf the dog.
He's the boss. He's the godfather.
Yeah. So who else we got then? We got
Sandy.
Oh, that's the girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which it's the second girlfriend, the one that Debbie Mazar plays.
Debbie Mazar.
Yeah. So that would be Janice.
Janice, right?
That makes a lot of sense. Janice is her, like as the coked up girlfriend.
Okay.
Do you have the goofy girl that has to like take the baby across state lines to deal the drugs?
You don't have her.
That would
have Henry's brother.
That would be the chicken. You have his brother?
I do not have his brother.
Okay.
No.
Who else you got then?
I got Maury.
Who's Spider?
I got Spider.
Maury. Now Maury is the one I thought like Fozzie really would have fit well for.
Maury is
Maury's Dr. Teeth.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
That's
Okay.
That's the only other one that kind of like made sense.
I would have. I thought about maybe Beauregard, the janitor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Beauregard, but I think Dr. Teeth. Yeah. And then so
I
you
got,
have
Billy
Spider-Man.
Bats. I do have
Billy
Spider.
Bats. Billy Bats. Didn't mean to get blood on your floor, Henry. God, who could Billy Bats be? Is it somebody?
He's
like
prominent, more prominent now. Like not when the show came around, but like
so that like Deadly or something like that.
Since Muppets Take Manhattan, he's been a regular.
So
Rizzo.
Rizzo.
It's Rizzo.
Yeah, Rizzo Rat. And then did we do Spider already?
No. Do you want to take a guess?
Yeah,
Spider?
let's do Spider. Spider would be. Oh fuck, that's a tough one.
No, it's not.
Dance for me, Spider. Dance.
That's Robin.
It's Robin.
It's Robin.
You gotta get the frog with the frog legs. Dance with me, Spider.
Dance for me, Spider. Dance for me. And then when he gets shot, Kermit's like, "You're digging the fucking hole." I'll take the hole. You think I never dug a hole before? I'll take a hole.
I got Frankie Carbone.
Frankie Carbone. That's the. That's the. It's like. Take the coffee with us. He's carrying the coffee pot out the room with him, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Put it down.
That's Zoot.
Zoot.
That's Zoot.
That's
Yeah,
funny, Zoot.
sounds like Zoot.
That makes sense.
Then he's coming up in a freezer truck.
Who else we got on there? You got
I got Sonny Buns.
Who?
Sonny.
Sonny.
Sonny Buns. One of the. Yeah.
I know, like the guys in the Lufthansa heist thing were Frenchie,
right?
Johnny Roast Beef.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember like all the.
This was
names.
Tony Darrow. His character was Sonny Buns. I just chose Floyd for him. Frenchie, though, I told you, you guys already named this guy who's playing him.
Frenchie.
We
already named him.
You already named him. You threw his name out there. I said he was a character.
Scooter?
Nope.
No, because trying to think who I named already, or who I threw out that we didn't use yet. Sam the Eagle, which it wouldn't be him.
No.
Sweetums.
Sweetums
is Johnny Roast Beef.
It's Frenchie. No,
or Frenchie, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I even have.
Did you get the Samuel L. Jackson character?
Actually, he's the one live action I'm going to have playing with all of them.
He's going to have Samuel L. Jackson reprising it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In his underwear.
Tommy's mother.
Tommy's mother.
Tommy's mother is actually Fozzie's mother from.
That's funny.
Well, you said that with a good.
And the hoof is in the grill.
Oh my God, I gotta hang it out. Yeah, she just showed a painting, and it's like a Muppet sitting in a boat with two dogs. No, you know what the painting is? It's the Manamana guy with the two pink things. Yeah, you got this one. You get this Manamana guy looking that way. That Manamana guy that way. This guy's here like, hey, what do you want from me? Looks like somebody we know.
It does.
Who do we say Billy Bats was again?
Billy Bats was Rizzo the Rat.
Do you have Beaker and Bunsen in there anywhere?
No, I mean, I was going through them. I'm like, I got a lot already.
You know, like some of the characters that like don't get used would be good for like that opening bar scene where he's like, here's Jimmy 2 times. We call him that because he repeats everything twice.
Get the papers.
Get the papers. So it could be like all those guys. Like here's Pete the Killer. Here's Pete the Killer's brother, Fat Tony. There's. Oh, that was a fun one. Goodfellas is a really fun one. Did we get all the characters? Did we miss anybody?
You got all the ones that I listed.
I think that's pretty much all of them. Oh man.
You want to see helicopters? I show you helicopters.
I want to watch all these movies now.
With the Muppets in them.
With the Muppets in them, yeah. Muppets, good Muppets. So yours would be called Good Muppets. What would mine be called? So mine's Die Hard, Waka Waka Motherfucker, and Mike's would be Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan. Who do we say Khan was again in yours?
Uncle Deadly.
Oh yeah, it doesn't work. They say the Wrath of Deadly.
Yeah, that is no.
Muppet Trek.
He's still going to be named Khan, so it's like
Pigs in space.
I still just want to leave you guys with dozers just flying around.
Yeah, the dozers. That could be like, for me, the dozers could be like all the police officers. They get like blown up and shot and thrown around the place in Die Hard. I just
No, I'm just saying. You see these little dozers in their Starfleet uniforms and their hard hats.
Yeah. I just thought of something. The Sam the Eagle's playing Hans Gruber. He falls to his death. He's an eagle. He can just fly away.
Oh, embarrassing.
Oh man, this is a fucking wild show. Man.
Plot hole in Die Hard.
Yeah, plot hole. Plot hole for the Muppet Die Hard. Mike, do you have any beer trivia or history for us this evening?
I got some beer history today.
Okay.
In the 1830s, Gabriel Sedlmayr of Munich and Anton Dehar of Vienna developed a cold fermentation method called lagering. Before this time, most beer was warm fermented with ale yeast, which produces a fruitier, yeastier tasting product. Cold fermenting lagers are smoother and cleaner tasting. There you go.
All right. How are your drinks this evening, guys?
Nice.
Very good.
It starts off a little rough, but then it starts getting smooth.
I have to lend you guys a couple of these K-Cups of the Buffalo Trace coffee, because this is some really good fucking coffee. I mean, it's actually good
Was
tonight.
that Coffee Brothers coffee? Really good coffee?
It is a Coffee Brothers coffee. I wish it was a Coffee Brothers coffee. Buffalo Trace. So, hey, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight for episode 145 Muppets Mayhem. We hope you enjoyed. Yay! We hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Don't forget to drop us an email at filmsoffermentation@gmail.com or visit linktree.com/filmsoffermentation to find all of our social media podcast links. You can support us on Patreon or buy our merchandise at teespring.com. Those links are also on Linktree. You can go to Deluxe Edition Network to find out more about our podcast and the podcasts of the month, Beard Laws and Bacon is My Podcast. And find out more about all the other podcasts at The Den by going to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. Don't forget to stop by the crossroads between Pickled and Fermented next week. It's going to be our Easter episode, episode 146. We're going to do a little deep dive into the seminal Easter classic film, The 10 Commandments.
Get your 38 paws off me.
Wrong Heston movie.
Let my people go.
Semyon. Leo said Semyon.
I said seminal.
That was close.
The Easter classic, the Cecil B. DeMille classic, the 10 Commandments. That'll be our episode next time around. In the meantime, I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike T, podcaster of the week.
You've been listening to the Films and Fermentation podcast starring Mike Bradley. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.